how do you beat that? Disabled veterans, a little bit of generosity can go a long way. When you first get to the gym, it's important to take a couple minutes to warm up. Generally, me being someone who prefers overhangs, I like kind of a more overhanging route to warm up with some decent holds, as you can see in these first and second warm-up clips. When warming up, sometimes I will alter or modify the route a little bit to get my body to warm up differently for a power move or a different sequence of movements. This white V7, my buddy Jon and I have been working on for at least a couple of weeks now. It involves starting with the right and left hand on two smaller crimps with that volume for your feet. We found it best to toe hook with our left, and it involves a throw with a left to a very small crimp up, and we kind of make that semi-dyno move to that big jug hold. It's a very hard move, especially for me. My buddy Jon seems to be doing much better with it. That first move with your left hand up to that small crimp is difficult because, like I said, it's small. It only covers about half to maybe 2/3 of the first pads on your fingers. And I just feel so loaded up trying to make that big move out to the jug. If you can get past that dyno move to the jug and you work your way up just a little bit, you can see where I'm standing on it and I got my hands on the crimps. The route involves moving to the left a little bit and then up. I was trying to see if I could just bypass that and just go straight up instead.
Now you're turning into like V6. You're downgrading. Let's look at the rest of it.
What, just because I sent it?
Yeah.
Oh, Brandon.
Let's just start from the beginning.
You're like, Brandon sent it. It must only be like a V5 or V6.
This purple V5 is definitely leaning more towards technical than power, which is not so much of my strong suit. So I definitely need to get better at it, hence why I'm trying to do this. Luckily, my buddy Jon had already sent it and kind of gave me some pointers and some beta on trying to do it. And I was very excited when I did finally send this.
I definitely like that level, right? That is
Here.
I got it right up.
Here.
Yeah, I got it. Yeah.
I do make it a point to work on technical climbs because if I learned real quickly trying to muscle it through some routes is only going to get you so far. This black V4 was pretty much the same story, leaning more on the technical side. Even though it was a grade lower than the purple V5 I just did, I personally found the foot chips on the problem to be a tad bit smaller and a tad bit slipperier. Even though I did not send this problem, the fact that I was starting to navigate more technical routes is a win in my book.
I felt my fingertips.
Honestly, one of the highlights of the day was the fact that Jon sent this green V5. Having to navigate those finger pockets on a 30-degree overhang was more challenging than it probably looks. I had attempted this problem a handful of times myself, and needless to say, in my opinion, the pockets just suck the life right out of your fingers.
Yeah.
You guys about to pop?
At this point, it was starting to get a little late, and I just wanted to get some more time on the wall.
Yeah, it's gonna be your ear.
This is what R&D looks like for a climber. And by R&D, I mean, how the hell are you supposed to do this?
You're right there.
You can do it, man. Yeah? If I can do it, you can definitely.
Yeah, you have a foot on your left.
Perfect.
Nice.
There you go.
To be honest, I was out for blood on this yellow V6. Last week I had pulled my middle and ring fingers on the pockets at the beginning. Very similar to the green V5 you just saw, the pockets on this problem were not very much fun. You kind of just had to suck it up and navigate through them. Once you got to the larger yellow hold on the right, it was more or less clear sailing from there.
Okay. Made my day. And now on.
John did try this problem a few times, but his fingers were pretty smoked from the green V5 he had
You
just
got
sent.
this. Beautiful.
Hey, so normally I would have wrapped my video up right after rock climbing, but what ended up happening Saturday afternoon in the next clip that follows was just too bizarre to leave out. It's one of them phenomenons. If I didn't get it on video, no one would have actually believed me. So keep watching and you're gonna see why I kind of had to put this in the video. I'm actually not a huge fan of expensive, overpriced coffee, but between a long week, a bird tearing off your windshield wiper, and some climbing, trip to New York City, sometimes the best way to cap it off is with a very expensive but very delicious mocha.